Today's assignment will require you to order decimals from least to greatest. Each slide has a decimal amount. On the top, it has a specialized grid square cover to show thousandths, and it has a text box in which you will write a number. You will start by filling in the correct amount in each grid. Now to do this, I see 495 thousandths. I start in the tenths place and I see 4/10. Now remember, we will use orange to show 4/10. So I click and drag my rectangle, I hover, I've got 1/10 here, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10. I can adjust that, it doesn't need to be perfect. And now I'll fill it in orange. Go back to my shapes, select a rectangle, 9/100ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/100ths. I'm going to make that yellow. Yellow denotes hundredths. And finally, I need to show 5/1000ths. Now this is where this little grid square cover comes into play. If every single one of these 100th size squares in our unit square were broken into 10 equal parts, altogether there would be 1,000 equal parts in our unit. But I don't need to do that for every square. I just need really just one square broken into 10 equal parts. Now there's 5/1000ths. I'm going to cover up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little tiny pieces. Remember, each of these tiny little pieces over which I'm hovering my cursor right now is 1/1000th of the entire unit square grid. So I need to cover up 5 of those, 5/1000ths. Get my rectangle again. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, especially when it's really small like this. I really don't mind if it's not totally perfect, just so long as it's somewhere in the ballpark of looking like 5/1000ths. I want to fill that in black. Black will denote our thousandths. So I've covered up 5 of those. Now, I think it would be best for you to cover up the correct amount on each slide. And once that's finished, then you can go back and you can order the decimal amounts from least to greatest. Now, one will be the smallest amount. Again, this isn't necessarily the smallest amount, but I do want to show you how I want this to look. If this were the smallest decimal amount, I would type a 1 in this box. If this were the next smallest amount, I'd type a 2, and so on and so forth to the largest amount, and I would put a 6 for the largest amount. So in the end, your completed work, I should be able to go through your slides and see that you have orange, yellow, and black rectangles covering up tenths, hundredths, and thousandths to show the correct decimal amounts. And in each of your text boxes should be a number 1 through 6 that corresponds with the size of the decimals. What I've done here with these numbers, this is not the correct order. I'm just showing you how I want to look. Remember to go through first. It'll be easiest if you go through and fill in the correct amounts for each decimal, and then you can simply see how much is covered. The largest decimal will be the one in which the grid is filled in the most. Do your best.